Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good tonight. Have a little, I guess you call it a knife review. So I got this knife, I unboxed it, and I have been, insanely impressed by what you get for the amount that you pay. So I have a knife here. It's this guy. This is an SRM, otherwise known as a SamRamu. Um, this is the model 1158-GW. It features HCR 13 MOV steel. It has kind of like a grayish green G10, 420 stainless liners. Overall length is 8.6 inches. The blade is 3.6, 120 thousandths stock. HRC, they're saying it's about 57 to 59. Handle length is 5 inches, and it weighs about 4.5 ounces. So, pretty big knife, and not normally what I buy. I'm a big fan of this company, SRM. They're humongous OEM in China. They OEM so many knives, and then they have their own knives too. So they're not really a high end company per se. They're not a low end company. They're kind of like right in that middle part. A lot of their knives are going to be between like $20 and $60. However, they do have some cheaper and they do have some more expensive. I have seen some that are on upwards of like $150. So all depends on the materials that you want, basically. But this knife in particular, I am very impressed by. This knife was only $24 on White Mountain Knives. I used Jared Neves discount code. If you don't know what that is, it is Neves10. It's Neeves 10. Neves10. You can also use like Beast 10, and I think Blades and EDC has one too, which is BEDC 10, and that gives you 10% off. I do also want to mention too, on White Mountain Knives, they have a awesome sale on Kubies, 25% off, and you can stack the 10% off YouTube creator discount on there too. So awesome. So 35% off. Like, that's awesome. Super awesome. Last time I checked, there was 125 Kubies in stock. That was a few days ago. I have not checked since, so I'm assuming that they're probably down 25 knives or so. However, 100 knives is still a crap load of knives. So, and Kubies, I mean, they make some great stuff. I purchased the Coez. I think it's spelled Coez or Coees. And I also purchased the Kubi Monster Dog, the budget version, because they were out of stock on the expensive one. So excited to get those in. The other day or the other week, I purchased 13 knives or 14 knives. So I have a lot of knives coming, a lot of content coming. It's gonna be super fun. I bought a lot of knives that I have never bought before, never really seen before, models and makes that I have not touched or handled or anything. So super excited to get some new knives in that I don't really know much about. So, and to give my first like truly first impressions on. So yeah, let's talk about this knife real quick. One thing I want to highlight are the ergos. The ergos on this knife are incredible. I am extremely surprised on how this knife like melts into your hands. It is the perfect thickness. So my hand is like a medium, large, or large. I guess it's a large, medium, large. These freaking ergos, guys, are fantastic. This ramp here with this jimping is perfection. This jimping is exactly what you want to see out of jimping on the top of the blade here. It's not too deep. It's not too sharp. It's not too pointy. It's not too gapped. It's perfect. Here, I'll see if I can show you guys there. Very nice jimping. Ideally, I would like it to see it go over the ramp. However, in this instance, this knife locks you in so well that jimping on this part here would purely be for aesthetics. You do not need jimping there. You are like, I am so locked into this that jimping would not benefit whatsoever on this knife. You don't need it. The jumping on the ramp is good, but anything past that, you are so locked in that you don't need jumping at all. Zero jumping. I mean, that looks great too. Like, look how cool that looks. I love how it goes from fat to narrow. It has that little what do you call that? Like a little taper. And that cool swedge up here, like, it's super cool. Such an interesting blade shape. I would call that a drop point, obviously, because the point is dropped, as you can see. This knife, though, is not the sliciest in the world. However, pretty thick, probably about 25 thousandths, 28 thousandths behind the edge. And it is not a broad knife by any means. It is quite narrow, which in turn does not give you the best slicing capabilities. For instance, as something like this. This, however, you see how broad that is, nice and thin behind the edge, beautiful flat grind. This is extremely slicey. Very, very slicey. So, as you can see there, the broader the knife and the thinner the stock, the more slicey it will be. However, there are some instances where that is not entirely true. You can get thinner knives that have like hollow grinds, or I can't think of the other grind, darn it. Anyway, they have grinds that are extremely slicey, and they're more narrow blades. So, just keep that in mind, though. General rule of thumb is that the broader the blade, the thinner the stock. With like a flat grind is going to be very slicey. So, the thinner and the fatter the stock, especially behind the edge, is going to be more for toughness rather than super, super slicey. However, it's still going to slice just fine. You probably won't even notice a difference unless you really cut quite often. But yeah. Another thing on this knife, it's only a single thumb stud, which is kind of a bummer. I don't think you can even put a double on because of the lock bar is kind of sitting proud above the scale, and it would have to be one really, really small thumb stud. So that's kind of unfortunate. Access to the liner, as you can see, doesn't get much better than that. The jimping on here is extremely grippy. Super nice jimping on that liner lock. Fantastic. Action, you can see this knife is so freaking snappy. I tried to fail this all day the other day, and I can't fail it. As soon as this breaks the detent, it's going. It's flying. This is not a drop shutting knife, as you can see. It does not drop shut. I am almost positive that this is on washers. I have not disassembled it. I cannot see bearings. It is extremely smooth, like a washer knife would be. So I'm going to assume that it's on washers. Like I said, for $25, $20, I should say highly recommend it. I recommend this knife, especially to someone just getting into knives that doesn't want to spend big bucks on, on let's go crazy, like a Maverick S, like that crazy amount of money, $300-$400 on a knife, and they want to just get into knives, budget knives. SRM is a great manufacturer to start off with. Kubi's great. Civivi is, I don't like Civivi. I've had terrible luck with Civivi. I will never buy another one in my life. Maybe I'll go over that story in the future. But all three Civivis I have purchased turned out to be complete dog shit and had humongous problems. So, maybe we'll talk about that in another video. what else is a good budget? Tucson. I mean, Tucson is probably the ultimate budget brand. I shouldn't say that. The ultimate brand that is the best value for the money. Um, like you get materials like S90V and titanium, carbon fiber all mixed together for like $70. Like how the hell they do that? But I don't know how they do that. It's crazy. They must pay the employees like 50 cents an hour or something. I mean, obviously not, but you get what I mean. Let's check out a couple more SRMs actually. So, SRM, I have noticed, I don't know if they still do this, but they like to kind of copy um, existing knives. This is one of them here. I'm pretty sure that this is the. Oh, bloody hell. Ah, crap. The Cryo by. Oh, crap. I'm pretty sure it's the Cryo, like the Rick Hinderer design Cryo by CDRB or CRKT or something like that. This knife you can pick up for $20. It actually has a hollow grind, which is kind of crazy. It's not the best. I mean, it's a hollow grind, but it's not like super well. I mean, the super defiant hollow grind. But this knife is pretty slicey. The flipper tab absolutely blows pipe. The reason that it blows pipe is because the flipper tab is below the pivot, resulting in a lack of momentum to get the blade up. Ideally, the flipper tab you want above the pivot to give you the most leverage. The thumb stud, however, is a dual thumb stud. I'm not the best at reverse flicking like these thumb studs that stick out so far like this, but flicking it with the thumb, I mean, that's a whole different story. You can flick that open pretty great. That knife, I think, was $14. And I think this is on, yeah, that baby, that's not washers. This knife, however, this one here, by the way, this is the SRM, 7056 LUF. This is the SRM 7010, and this thing was $18. And this, is probably my absolute favorite knife under $20. This thing is fantastic. The main reason for that is the action. I mean, this thing just, like, it rockets out of there like an automatic. And when you shoot it out, like, it actually has some recoil. It is so smooth. It feels like it's on glass. Like glass. It's awesome. It's a frame lock, stainless steel, obviously. I got bored and took a torch to it, torched the thumb studs, and kind of... Oh, actually, no, sorry. I switched out these two thumb studs. I like the gold ones on here versus the regular ones. So, I love this knife. I fidget with this knife all the time just because how smooth it is. It is... I mean, I cannot believe it. It's so smooth. Like, just incredibly smooth. That's really all I got on this video, guys. This one here, like I said, if you're just starting off in knives, you don't know what to get, check out SRM. Go on Amazon, go on White Mountain Knives. There's so many different options. They really do make great knives for the money. I mean, they're fantastic for the money. I do want to give you guys a heads up that tonight, my giveaway video, the entry has ended at 10 p.m. Central Time. So I am going to, or I already have, wrote down everyone's name. So any comments after that, I am sorry, but I'm not going to accept. I've had this giveaway going for, I think, 24 days, and I've posted multiple, information videos on how to enter. So if you didn't get into this one, I'm sorry, but there will be more. So I will do the drawing tomorrow evening at maybe 7 p.m. I don't want to mess up anyone's. I'm going to do it live. I don't want to mess up anyone else's or butt into anyone else's live time for their knife channel. So I'm going to see what time I should do it at, and I'll post on Instagram maybe around noon or so on what time I'm going to do it, just to give you guys a little heads up. So the way it's going to work is that I wrote down everyone's name. Everyone has a number. Right now it's 1 through 63. I wrote down 63 numbers. I'm going to throw them into a hat, and I'm going to pick 7 numbers out of that hat, and the number will correspond with the name, which will be the winner of each prize. So I think that is the fairest way to do it. I do not know how to work that random number generator thing on the internet, and they make you put in your credit card for some reason, which I'm absolutely not going to do. So that's how I'm going to do it. I will show everything on live, so there is no hokey pokey nonsense going on, which some people are so... I don't know. I mean, just be appreciative that there's even a giveaway even going on, and much less 7 different prizes too. So I'm not going to go into all that. I'm not going to be butthurt and I'm not that kind of person. I just want to just say that. But so yeah, so look out for the live tomorrow night, guys. I'm thinking maybe like 6:37, and I'm just gonna say hello and just get right into it. I don't want to butt into other people's lifetime, So, yeah, that's really all I got, guys. Oh, yeah. I have I don't know if I said this earlier in the video, but I have a whole shitload of knives coming. Like, a lot of knives. A lot, like 14 different. I think I did say that earlier, so... Yeah, I have a lot of knives coming, a lot of content, cool content, new knives, new brands, super excited. And we're going to end that there. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate if you could shoot a like, subscribe if you want. Don't subscribe, hit the dislike, whatever you want to do. Throw a comment in, whatever. Much appreciative, whatever you want to do. And we'll catch you tomorrow, actually. All right, guys, have a good night.